cool. Yay. All right. Hello for those watching on the replay. Happy Friday. Okay. So I'm going to put this here. Okay. Yes. Light. Okay, I think we are all set up here. All right. Okay, we're good there. We are good here. All right. Okay, cool. All right. Hello, hello. How are you all? Hi, Roxy. Happy Friday, y'all. Welcome. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? It's the filter. Roxy says, you always look refreshed. It's the filter. I also always wash my face and stuff, do that stuff before I come on, but it's also the filter. Okay. So hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Friday. My name is Angelica from Infinite Love Healing, and I will be your reader slash host for the next hour and a half or so, depending on how it goes. And how are y'all doing today? How y'all doing? I don't know why I'm feeling a little southern, I guess, today. So I'm going to be offering free readings and paid readings today, as usual. And reading the comments here. So I am offering free and paid readings today. And so the free readings or readings in general work as follows, right? So leave a comment with your name and a question. It can be yes or no. The more specific your question is, the more specific the information that comes through. And you know, it's just a quick reading. So yeah, sometimes there's so many other things that actually a private reading where I can actually interact with you is so much more helpful for me, because it helps me tune in. However, I digress. It can also be about general love, health, career, etc., or a one-card pool. Okay, that's how the free readings work in this way, that I just allow my intuition, I allow spirit to kind of guide me. So it's never anything personal if I don't read you personally. So keep that in mind. It's not personal. I just allow spirit, my own intuition, to guide me to who needs to be read for the group. For those watching live and on the replay, all of the replays are on my YouTube channel. Okay, so whoever is watching can benefit, you know, in the highest and best way from it. Okay, and so those are my free readings. My donation-based readings or my paid readings are always read first. And to do that, the donations of 20 minimum are for readings. All the links are my profile, so Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. And then you gotta let me know in the comments that you donated, because it doesn't always pop up on my screen right away. And the donation exchange is as follows: 20 for readings and 33 for energy work and or mediumship. Okay, so and if at any time you are guided to work with me or want a private reading, I do offer private readings, private mediumship, as well as all kinds of different types of healing modalities. on top of that, and you can read all of that. You can read about me, all of the work that I do, and all of my offerings through the link in my profile on my website. Okay. So, you know, for those who are asking anything about, let's do some clarification. So I also do not do any pregnancy or fertility readings. Okay. It's just not my bag. And also, if you're asking for a message from someone, that does qualify as mediumship, and I charge for that now because it takes a lot of freaking energy. Okay. It takes a lot of energy to connect in that way. No worries, no worries. Thank you for allowing me to clarify myself. Sometimes I don't get all the things. All right, so I'm gonna start scanning the comments and see who I am guided to. So like the live, please share out the live. Hello, Jillian, how are you? And also keep in mind that there are fake accounts out there using my videos and my likeness, and also DMing people directly for readings. Yeah, for readings. Please know that this is not me. Report these accounts immediately. They are not me. I will never solicit directly at all. Ever, 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 ever. Okay. So I do feel a couple. I'm just going to tune into the collective and set the intention that whoever is read today is for the highest and best good for everyone. And here's the thing about readings. If I'm reading for someone else that is not you, and you resonate with it, take it. That's how spirit works. And if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Okay. Even if I am reading for you. With readings, it's funny because it's always important to use our own discernment and to take the information that resonates for us, and see how it fits into our life, apply it to our life, and leave whatever does not resonate. I'll just leave it there. I'll just leave it there. Okay. So Jenny, short answer, yes. While I do understand what you're saying, if you're going to love someone else again, to me, this always goes back to self-love, learning to love the self. Because as RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love someone else? So this actually might be an opportunity for you to actually come back to yourself, learn to love yourself, give that to yourself more, and, just pour that love into yourself, for a while. Okay. That's my short answer. Ooh, excuse me. You're welcome. Okay, 1 second. I'm actually feeling you, Michelle. You're asking, is your husband sleeping with someone else? I'm hearing something. I want to also pull a card for this. What I hear is, oh, that's interesting. Okay. When I tune in, when I tune in, Michelle, I don't feel that he has. I get a no. Um, Without going into depth, there's a lot of other things that maybe need to be addressed within the relationship, because it feels like I feel projections coming from you, uh, accusations and such stuff like that, that stem from maybe your own insecurities. But I don't feel that he has. Um, it almost feels like, you know how have you ever been accused so many times of something that you're like, well, fuck it, I might as well, because this person's accusing me and accusing me and accusing me. I might as well do the thing that they're accusing me of, because then I prove them right. It feels like there's some projections in there on your part that that come from a wounded place, and it might be time to examine some of those, so that the relationship can flourish and blossom. That's not to say that there isn't anything that, your partner needs to be doing. Everybody has their own free will and choice, and whether someone chooses to grow or not is their choice. Um, but it does feel like there's some wounds being projected onto the relationship, which is creating an unhealthy space within the relationship. Um, and then also at the same time, I'm also hearing, what does your gut say? And I mean your gut, your intuition. What does your intuition say? Without any distortions, because sometimes our projections or our beliefs or our wounds are covering those lenses of our intuition. Sometimes I don't feel that he is, but I'm also being guided to say, like, what does your gut say and why? But that's what's coming forth from me. I was actually getting the cards that I get. The cards that I get is here, 9 of coins. So this feels like bringing it back to self on your own. Okay. That's what your gut says. Well, then trust your gut. I do get I do get, asking for clarity, confirmation. I don't feel that he is. I was getting a no. But if that's what your gut says, then trust it. See how that plays out. And priorities. What are your priorities? Okay, those are the cards that I drew for you. I would go with your gut, because I can be wrong. I'm not 100% foolproof here. So, but that's what I get. I don't know what deck it is. I don't remember. I don't have, like, it didn't come with like it didn't come in a box or anything. It just came, I can't remember, and I can't remember. It's a tarot card that has all the things. You can get the right side up, and then the reverse. It's pretty cool. I like it. So if you do want a free reading, leave me a comment with your name and a question. It could be general, love, health, career, or a one-card pool. Okay. And then I also offer paid readings, and if the paid readings go as follows: The donations for 20 minimum are are all the links in my profile, and let me know in the comments that you donated. Those are for paid readings, and all my paid readings go first. They're on the top of the list, and it's always 20 for readings and 33 for energy work or mediumship. Okay. um Riri, what sort of career would I feel most happy in? The questions that I feel coming up are, if you followed your heart, what would that look like? Because sometimes I found what I found in my pursuit of purpose and following a mission, being on my mission, is that many of us are here to create new careers, jobs, vocations, etc., that have never heretofore been created yet, haven't been created yet. So if you followed your heart, what would that look like? And are you following your heart? um, I'm gonna let me see. Okay, all right. Abby, do I need to leave this situation? So while I am not here, I'm definitely, I always say, I'm not here to tell you what to do, because that would be taking your power away, and I'm not here to take anybody's power. So, however, I will say, I will tune in to the alignments and the different components within, and then translate that the best that the best to the best of my ability, and from that you can take that or not. Okay, and then make an empowered choice within yourself. You said, should I just leave the situation? Can you be more specific? Is it a relationship? Is it a career? Is it, you can be vague, but I need a little bit more. I need a little bit more so I can focus my awareness. um, okay, so go ahead and share out the live, like the live. And let's see, I'm waiting for a response, but maybe she's gone. Okay, maybe she's gone. All right. I feel like I'm way in there. Okay, what is going on here? There we go. Better. Alexis, is there still hope for me and Daniel? So I'm gonna tune into I'm gonna connect to your energy, my dear Alexis. Just confirm for me really quick that you're still on the live. Because I'm gonna connect to you, and then I'm gonna connect to the connection, or feel into the connection rather. So okay, thank you for that. The first thing that I do feel coming in is that it takes two people, and both people have to be willing to do the things. Both people have to be willing to put in the effort, do the work. And a lot of times, not a lot of times, that includes doing the internal work on the self. Let me feel into it. There is also you got to be the thing I keep hearing is you got to be willing to put in the work. You know, a lot of us have really distorted ideas around love and what a relationship is. And that's not a judgment. It's really just awareness. Okay. Yeah, look, instability, storm brewing, no progress, delays, return, slow healing, bad to worse. And that just feels to me, I don't always read tarot, you know, like others or traditionally, or in the traditional way. But the biggest word that sticks out to me here is instability. So it does feel a little unstable at this point. And this is where I feel like this is why I keep getting the message. You got to be willing to put in the work. Both partners, not just one, not just one, because it becomes lopsided, and then there could be an unequal balance of power, and just feeling unequal, an imbalance within the relationship, and that's where it feels where it's at now. And both partners, are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to put in the work in yourself, into the relationship, and the work into yourself, into healing whatever needs to heal that's affecting the relationship? And is your partner willing to do the same? Based on that, it has to be, and I do also understand that's why you're coming here, right? It's like you want to know. To me, okay, and I would actually tell you yes or no. I would give very, very clear-cut answers if that's what's coming through. But what's coming through most strongly right now is that both of you have to be willing to do the work. Both of you have to be willing to put in the effort. And sometimes things just aren't meant to be. This might be one of those relationships. Okay, and I'm sorry if that's not what you want to hear. I'm being as gentle and delicate as I can. It doesn't feel. It feels very. The word that comes across is volatile, and the other word that we got from the card was instability. It feels very imbalanced, and it feels like this relationship is more of a reflection of, old emotional wounds, old emotional scars, old traumas, things that need to be healed first. Okay. On both ends, not just your end, but both ends. Okay. That's what I feel for you, my dear. And that's, Partner just wants me to hang in there basically, but I'm starting to lose feelings. Um, and that's beautiful that you're actually, honor those feelings. If you're losing feelings, then honor that. I feel like a lot of times when we're in a relationship, we want the comfort, we want the stability, right? Which is totally understandable. We're human. We want to feel some kind of stability. Um, and yet at the same time, if because I had this, I've been in many relationships where I had those same feelings of like, oh, I'm losing the feelings. um and I just wasn't listening to myself. I wasn't listening to my intuition. I wasn't listening to my internal guidance, because I wanted to feel loved. I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel the comfort of familiarity. And I didn't want to budge, because I wanted that comfort and familiarity. Um, so that's it feels like to me, above all else, listen to yourself. If you're losing feelings, then why stay in something where you don't feel um, maybe cared for or nurtured or supported, or you don't feel those feelings? Why stay in something like that? Yeah, I like what Sailor says here. Sailor Magic. If you love them, sometimes you got to let them go so they can grow and you can grow. Yeah. It does feel like one of those relationships where they're there to reflect to you something, like the wounds of the past, so that you can grow. I think the bigger question there is, are you ready? Are you ready to become aware? Are you ready to become aware of those wounds? It's been years now of trying harder than my partner to create intimacy, but he says it's not about feelings. It sounds like there's incompatibility. Sounds like there's incompatibility. And you get to make the choice here. It's your life too. If you're not happy, if you're not fulfilled in a relationship, if this relationship is not adding value to your life, then you get to let that go and find something that does. Fill your own cup, pour into yourself, pour all of that love into yourself, so that as you're doing that, it's a whole process, but as you pour more love into yourself, you start to see your own value, add value to yourself. You start to appreciate yourself more, and it builds up your self-worth. And you start to see, oh, I'm worthy of more, and you start to expect more, and you start to raise your own standards, and become connected. When we're connected to our own value and value ourselves and connected to our values, what do we value in a relationship? That can be used as a filter to determine whether someone is right for us or not right for us. Because then we know what we're available for, and what we're not available for. But that gets to be your choice, my dear. That gets to be your choice. Okay. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps support you in whatever way you need it. So go ahead and what am I saying now? Happy Friday, y'all. Scanning the comments. Let me see if there's anything else. Stephanie, Steffi, um, Wild and Free, I don't remember. What is your name? Mm-mm-mm. And if you did, I will have the replay tonight. I will have the replay on my YouTube channel tonight. So I would encourage you, invite you to go over there, because I forget almost instantly when I'm in this type of space, when I'm doing readings for people. I have to be able to let shit go. So I let it go. And a lot of times I forget almost instantly. So go there. Yeah, I don't remember what I said for you, Abby. But I'll have it available sometime later. Stephanie, are you still here, my dear? Hi, Brienne. I hope you have an amazing weekend too, or whatever kind of weekend you want to have or create for yourself. Stephanie asks, is Javier my soulmate, or should I leave him, please and thank you? Okay, you are there. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. So again, I'm not here to tell you what to do, okay? I'm always going to encourage you and remind you. I'm always going to be a remembrance. Always, even ad nauseum. I'm always going to get, even if you get tired of me saying it over and over again, I'm always going to remind you, I'm not here to take your power. I'm not here to tell you what to do. As a reader, that is not my intention. It's only my intention to provide guidance, counsel, etc., information that flows through, and so that you can, as an empowered and sovereign human being, take whatever information resonates and integrate it into your life, embody it, and so that you can reap the benefits, okay? It's all about you and your choice. I'll always remind you of that, okay? So, however, as a conduit of information, I will tune in and relay to the best of my ability what I feel, okay? Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. You said, okay, you said something about a soulmate. Is this person your soulmate? And should you leave? Again, I'm actually being guided. I feel like this is gonna, okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna say it. A lot of times with concepts like soulmates, twin flames, etc., while I do understand what you're saying, there tends to, what I've tuned into that a lot of people do is that because we have, a lot of us, most of us, are going to have some kind of relationship trauma or relational trauma or trauma that affects our relationships. And because of that, because of the different beliefs that those traumas have created, or that we've created with ourselves with different experiences, or that we've inherited, or others have projected into our field and we now are taking it as our own. Because of all of that, we may project our own wounded stuff onto concepts like soulmates, twin flames, and the like. Okay, and because of that, because of those distortions being projected onto it, we ask questions like that. Like I said, I do understand the nature of your question. Here's the thing: anybody can be your soulmate. It could be a cashier at the freaking grocery store that you go to. Okay. So there is that. It's just like the language that you're using and the way, in the context that you're using it. Okay. So I was asked to make that clarification. There it is. Take it or leave it. So there might be something there for you or not. At the same time, there's a soul recognition there. Okay. So whatever language you want to put on that, or label you want to put on that, there is a soul recognition. This feels a little bit more karmic, is what I'm hearing. And karma, or karmic relationships, or karmic Yeah, karmic connections come into our life most times for us to become aware of our wounds, our traumas, the distortions that we're carrying around, the false beliefs, the fear-based beliefs, all of the heavy, dense energies that have gone unreconciled and unalchemized thus far. Those karmic connections are here to almost agitate and activate and trigger those uh, those wounds, so that it brings to our attention the stuff that we've identified as that actually aren't ours. They've never been us. Um, so it feels like that this is one of those types of connections. So I don't know if there's a lot of, back and forth, fighting. I even hear pettiness. Um, it feels like a karmic connection more than anything. And that's not to say that karmic connections can't last. Um, I would just say, generally speaking, and everybody's different, so just generally speaking, they typically don't, because they're meant to um, reflect to us our deepest wounds, and then they kind of move on. And if we still aren't getting the message or getting the hint or doing the work, then more karmic connections start to come in. Okay. This person feels like he's a karmic connection. So there is a soul recognition on a higher plane of existence. You guys are like, you made a deal, so to speak, of like, hey, I'm going to come in and I'm going to trigger the fuck out of you so that you can learn and grow. This feels like a chance, an opportunity to learn and grow. What you want, what you don't want, what you're available for going forward, what you're not. As far as a soulmate, again, I'm being guided not to use that term. There is a soul recognition here, though. And should you leave, are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? Truly. Does this connection add value to your life, or does it drain you? Is it adding to your life, adding excitement, adding value, or not? Do you depend on the relationship to make you happy? If so, that could be an indication that this relationship, or that you're relying too heavily on the relationship um, to make you happy, and not enough, maybe not taking responsibility and accountability for yourself to make yourself happy. Relationships add value to our life. If they don't add value, then we get to decide. We get to let those things go. If they're not adding value, why keep it around? You deserve better. Okay? You deserve more. And a lot of times it's about us seeing that and recognizing that for ourselves. So this is kind of what I'm feeling coming in for you, my dear. I know it's a lot. It kind of goes around about question, and they're not giving me a clear answer. They're more directing me to direct you to ask yourself, are you happy? Does this relationship add value to your life? And if not, then why are you still in it? Okay? And I say that with as much love as possible, to be honest. It's never about judgment with me. It's simply about awareness. And helping you to remember your power, the power that you have over your own life, and to make empowered choices for yourself, and seeing that you deserve what you deserve, and valuing yourself more. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling coming in for you. There was like several tangents, but I hope that helps you. Stephanie says yes, 100%. We are both pretty petty towards each other, and we argue almost every day. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're so welcome. May that help you in whatever way that is for your highest and best good. Okay, so let's do a couple more here. Share out the live, like the live. Happy Friday, y'all. Let's see. Do you see me having a career change, Brienne? Let me tune in. For starters, Brienne, I know that message just came in, or your comment just came in on my side, but just to confirm that you're still on the live, let me know. Like, send me an emoji or say here, whatever. Just let me know. Holla at your girl. And then I'm gonna see. Okay, so I'm gonna tune into you. There you are. Career. Where is that? That's okay. All right. So let me fill into this for a minute. So as far as your career goes, thank you for that as well. Hi, Marty. What you doing? So as far as career goes, my dear, I don't know that the career is fully aligned to you. I don't feel like it fully makes you happy. I don't feel like it makes it. I don't feel fulfillment coming from it. So it does feel misaligned to a point. Like, yes, it does pay the bills. The thing that I actually feel one of your guides saying is, wait, what was that? But this is how instantly I lose things, or I forget things. Essentially, it was along the lines of asking yourself, is the career that you're in now, or the job that you're in now, or whatever vocation that you're in now, does that make you happy? Do you feel fulfilled? It was like directing the questions back at you. Because as I feel it, there feels like a misalignment. Like, it feels like you're here and this job is over here. It doesn't feel like it's actually fully in alignment with your soul. It feels like it's off and to the right. And to me, that indicates that you're utilizing more of your masculine energy, which there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we all have both feminine, masculine energy and different balances. And it's important to utilize both energies within us. But it almost feels like you're overutilizing masculine energy because of the society we live in. It's like, go, go, go. It's hustle, hustle, hustle. I got to do the things. Do. And it's, I got to prove my worth. I got to prove that I'm, I got to do the things in order to, rather than coming into your feminine energy, sitting in your feminine energy, realizing you can just be. Yes, we do things. It doesn't mean that we don't do things. It doesn't mean that we don't utilize that masculine energy of action, but we align first. And then from alignment, we take action. So this job feels like it actually calls more for your masculine energy to be more prominent, rather than you sitting in your feminine energy and aligning first. Okay, so, and I get that that's not what you asked about, but this is what's coming through. As far as seeing a career change, this is interesting. I feel like almost like I don't know if it's like an explosion, almost like a firework like a boom. And then because of that, so I don't know if something's coming in the job, but it almost feels like a boom. And then, so that can be like, I don't know if it's a spiritual awakening or something happens with the job. I just get a boom. And then it feels like, and that could just be a realization. Not quite sure, but it's just coming in like a boom. And then a realization of like, whew, wanting to move towards something that is in alignment, wanting to find or even create something that's more in alignment with your soul. So short answer, yes. Short answer, yes. Number one, you got to create it for yourself. Number two, it feels like I would invite you and encourage you to move towards that more sooner than later. Because it feels like the later you wait, it's like a domino effect. More things fall on top of each other. And it's not that you're not going to be safe or you're not going to figure it out. It just feels like creating more struggle that way. Potentially. It's not set in stone, but potentially. And that's how it comes through. So, take it or leave it, but that's what it feels like. Yes, but you got to make it happen. Okay? That's what it feels like. Brianne says, makes total sense. My store that I've managed for 14 years just got listed for sale. Oh, so that would be the boom. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's why it's like, do it more sooner than later. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad that supports you. All right. Jess, will I ever find happiness in love? It feels over for me. What I like to say to these ones, and the answer is typically usually the same, is when we're in that space, it's time to bring it back to ourselves. Because the more in love with yourself you are, it doesn't, any other relationship that you have on top of that just adds more love to your life. When we think of being in love with a partner or a person, whatever it is, whoever it is, it's limiting. We're actually limiting our capacity to love, and we're actually somewhere along the line we became cut off and limited to like, that's the only way that I can love. It feels like an invitation to pour that love into yourself, my dear. That's typically what I feel, and I'm feeling that for you. It's time to pour that love inside of yourself, because there is no relationship outside of you that's going to fill you up enough to that's going to do that. That's going to do that for you. You have to do that first. Again, I'm going to I'm going to I'm going to quote the great RuPaul is, if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love someone else? It always starts within first. It always, always, always starts within first. You got to pour that love into yourself first, because there's so many lessons, there's so many things to be learned from that process. it creates so much awareness, and it creates awareness around what you actually deserve. It creates value for yourself. You start to create by appreciating yourself, by loving yourself, by pouring that love into yourself. You actually you appreciate yourself. You by doing all of that, you're building that within yourself, so that any other relationship, it builds on top of that love. And if those relationships, move, as any relationship moves in and out of your life, you might grieve the relationship or what it brought you or whatever, but you're still solid here. Okay. So it feels like it's time to build that foundation within. I would say that's what I would say. Okay. All right. So I feel like that's, let's see, let me scan the comments, see if there's anything else that's I cannot so Charlie, I cannot be in integrity and scan someone else. I can read you and read for you and read certain aspects of connections, but I will not do that because that's that person's not asking, and that would be me going outside of my integrity. And I have a limit. I have restrictions on being outside of that. Okay. You're welcome, Jess. Okay, so with that, I think that's it for me. Have a wonderful weekend. Again, all of my links are in my profile if you wish to book with me privately. Until then, thank you guys for hanging out. Love you guys so much. Infinite love and blessings. And remember, we are all in this together. I will see you next Tuesday through Friday for more readings. See ya. Bye.